Welcome to Mysteries of the Wilderness.
There were some scientists trying to figure out the Sasquatch riddle. Then they figured out it was a missing link. In search of Sasquatch, that was a kid in search of, with Leonard Nimoy kicking out the jams. Ha! He captured imaginations of people all around the globe. His name was Sasquatch, so I'm told.
I'm Bill McCann. Thanks for tuning in. Today on the show, we're going to dive into the myth, the legend, and the truth surrounding Sasquatch. Throughout this show, we'll talk to people who have seen Sasquatch and some experts on this mysterious creature. The Sasquatch has many names: Yeti in Tibet, Yeren in China, Capra in the Philippines, Almas in Russia, Yowie in Australia, and many more. Does Bigfoot exist or not? Discussions about the Sasquatch usually bog down on this question.
Hello, I'm Bocephus Jingleson. As a wildlife biologist, I have approached the existence of Sasquatch in the same way I would assess the evidence of any large mammal, be it grizzly bear, black bear, or mountain gorilla. My interest in the Sasquatch begins at the point in the discussion when a skeptic finally asks if it does exist. What does it eat? How does it behave? And how does it survive the winter? Having accepted the availability evidence as sufficient to document the existence of the Sasquatch, I feel these are the questions we should now be addressing. My view is not only do we have sufficient evidence to treat the Sasquatch as a bona fide member of the North American spectrum of large mammals, but that we already know a great deal about its biology and ecology.
Most Sasquatches are observed walking, and the observers almost invariably comment on their smooth, long, fluent stride, like cross-country skiing or like riding a bike with wide arm swings. This effect is produced by their so-called compliant gait, meaning they do not lock their knees during a step, but keep them bent and thereby suppress any up and down oscillations of the upper body that is so characteristic of the human gait. Running Sasquatches constitute about 10% of all sightings. Their top speed probably rivals that of a running horse. They sleep in mostly temporary shelters, padded with available vegetation. Caves and natural shelters seem to be used rarely. Their strength, especially upper body, is legendary. They seem to take pleasure in expressing this strength. For example, lifting basketball-sized rocks and throwing them in arcs to scare off intruders, lifting the edges of mobile homes, cars, or trailers, and bench pressing small adults. When we come back, we'll talk with another expert and some interesting folks who have seen the elusive Sasquatch.
Coming soon.
From 14.3 Productions.
A movie so epic.
So to the limit.
So delectable.
So, oh yup.
So ma.
We can only show you this much of it.
Go Ducks!
If you thought Fast and the Furious was cool, then good for you. Not from the directors of Lord of the Rings. Not from the directors of The Matrix. If you like strawberry soda, go get some. It's on sale now.
Welcome back. We're going to speak with Professor Monroe Boyston, who has studied Sasquatch since 1981.
Well, thanks, Bill. Some things you may or may not know about Sasquatch may or may not scare the pants off you. Now, for more than 400 years, people have reported seeing large, hair-covered, man-like creatures in the wilderness areas of North America. Sightings of these animals continue today. Real or not, these reports are often made by people of, well, shall we say, impeachable character. Now, for over 70 years, people have been finding, photographing, and casting sets of very large human-shaped tracks. Most are discovered by chance in remote areas. Now, these tracks continue to be found to this day. It is a fact that the cultural histories of many Native American and First Nation peoples include stories and beliefs about non-human peoples of the wild. Many of these descriptions bear a striking resemblance to the hairy man-like creatures reported today. Now, I myself had an encounter with a Sasquatch. My car broke down on Newburgh Road and I was finishing up some repairs, and I was getting back in, and from about 50 yards away I spotted a hairy man-like creature standing in a field next to the road. Now, it was very large, about 7 or 8 feet, and standing upright. It had broad shoulders and a thick neck. But the head seemed smaller compared to the body size. It did not display any aggressive behavior, but he sure liked to dance. It's true. He could dance, there's no doubt about that. In fact, he taught me how to line dance and river dance, and, well, I taught him how to tango. Oh, what a day, what a day.
I was traveling west on I-502 looking for a campsite. I glanced in my rearview mirror and saw a large, upright creature step to the middle of the road. I immediately slowed down and quickly glanced for a safe spot to pull over, but there wasn't one. So then I looked back over my shoulder through my window and saw that the creature was still standing in the middle of the road. It was getting dark, so all I could make out was the creature was very tall, maybe 7 or 8 feet, and he had broad shoulders. It was also very dark in color, but oh, how he could dance. I taught him how to break dance. And he taught me how to tango.
Is there any connection between these two cases?
Nope.
Well, there you have it. They obviously aren't connected in any way. On the whole, the Sasquatch proceeds in silence. Patterned repetitive knocking sounds produced with rocks or thick branches hit against other rocks or dead trees are apparently used for long-distance communication or deterrence. Two noteworthy facets of Sasquatch behavior have been observed repeatedly. They have a tendency to leave gifts at the same location in which food was deposited for them. These can range from little piles of stones, dog skulls, handfuls of evergreens, to small live animals like a goat kid, several live kittens, all taken from elsewhere, either as a gift or possibly shared food. Their responses to people vary from immediate withdrawal, the most common response, to lengthy inspection if no threat is perceived. Sasquatch is seen to be indulgent of human children and small animals like puppies, goat kids, and kittens. On the other hand, they reserve a special distaste for aggressive dogs, as do a gorilla. They deal with these by slapping them or flailing them against trees. There you have it, proof that Sasquatch exists. Next week, we delve into the mystery of La Chupacabra.
There were some scientists trying to figure out the Sasquatch riddle. Then they figured out it was a missing link. In search of Sasquatch, that was a kid in search of, with Leonard Nimoy kicking out the jams. Ha! He captured imaginations of people all around the globe. His name was Sasquatch, so I'm told. His legend's ancient in the ancient scribe of the Indian tribe. Apache tribe. Scientists have proven that the Sasquatch is real. Take a look at the plaster cast of his foot, now you know he's real. Listen real close to the audio tape, not human, now you know he's real. Couldn't be a man in gorilla suit, no now you know he's real. Real, 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 really real, real. Sasquatch. We know your legend.